Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. It's a miracle still the ball is not broken.
I already broke dozens of balls at home. Real golf ball.
So, let's see what you're doing. First of all, you're sitting down too much.
You mean the setup?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with your height, instead of using the height, you're going down here. That means you will use spinning motion a lot.
Gotcha.
And also, while this active backswing is good, but it's too quick, and particularly you are not having enough time in the transition phase here. And also now, in this position here, you will see that your upper body is leaning this way here.
Right, right.
And you don't let your pelvis go this way here. So essentially, you're spinning around here.
Okay.
So basically, this swing emphasizes the spinning motion. That's why sometimes you have hooks.
Yeah, big hole.
Okay. If you look at the, some of the, shots, you have these hooks here. It's because you're spinning a lot.
Gotcha.
So while maintaining this rigor, but we need to have a better timing and also control, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So before the backswing is sort of matured, you're already starting the downswing here. So distance is not a problem because you're already reaching 300 yards. So it's not a problem, but you need the consistency.
Sure.
And the control. Down the line view here. So what happens is that you are starting with this squat position, but during the backswing, you actually tend to stand up here. You have the so-called early extension issue here.
Right, because I can't maintain the squatting position. It's hard.
And then the club shows a crossover alignment.
Right.
So then from there, you are coming down here. So what we need to do is first change your initial setup position a little bit.
Okay.
And the way you do the backswing. Okay?
Great.
So let's first, again, as usual, let's dance with me.
Okay.
Put the arms in front of your chest here. And then the knees will be slightly flexed, but not too much. That's too much. Yeah, about that, about there.
My like upper body more.
I think it's a bit too much, but so just comfortably maintain the initial position.
Like this.
From there, when you shift the pelvis this way, and then straighten the right leg here. Yes, more like that. So then what happens is the pelvis shifted this way slightly,
Right.
and then your right leg is straight. Because the whole pelvis is shifted this way,
Right.
your left leg also appears straight in the frontal view here. That's a good posture here.
Okay.
Do the same thing this side here. Yeah. So this is the idea. Always, if you let the pelvis shift and then push the ground by extending the knee here,
Okay.
then you'll be able to bring the hip up here.
Okay.
So this is almost straight here.
Right.
The pelvis shows a lateral tilt here, and then the left leg here.
Okay.
Right?
So when I push, should I push again, back part, front part, or both?
When generally the force acting on your foot is this direction, then it's close to the ball.
Okay.
If the force is acting this way, then it's close to the midfoot here.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's a very natural push.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happens is the hip will go up here.
Okay.
So instead of bring the hip backward too much, just the main thing will be moving the hip up, and with that the hip will go backward slightly. That's okay. 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 Then let's go to left. Right. And then as you go here, no need to intentionally turn your
Oh, okay.
shoulders. Just keep it there.
Okay.
If your leg pushes the ground so that the pelvis turns, with that the body automatically turns.
Right. So shift and push.
Yeah. Push, push. Aha. But here, during the backswing, again, let's go to shift here, and the push. And when you push, you're not really using this push to generate this turn here.
Okay.
You are just stopping the turn about here.
Then my upper body is turning. Yeah, that's fine.
You have to,
Yeah, okay.
by pushing, you have to turn the body more, like this here.
Okay.
Okay? This is what you need.
Okay.
Again. And also, when you push the ground, the hip will move up.
Right.
So using that as engine, you will turn your body.
Right.
Push and turn, and push and turn. Yeah.
So I really need to push really like kind of hard, like 100%.
It doesn't have to be really hard to push,
Okay.
because it's just a rhythmic motion here. Push and push and push and push. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you will be able to bring the hip up, right?
Yeah.
And then currently you are biased to this side in terms of the spine alignment here.
Mm-hmm.
But during the backswing, try to go more reverse pivot posture here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see a lot of video
When-
saying it's
yeah.
wrong movement. Right?
When you have good support here,
Okay.
or you can easily go this way here.
Right.
The advantage of this is that then you don't have to shift this way too much,
Okay.
because your upper body is, your head is pretty much staying in the middle here.
Okay.
Then in the downswing, just by pushing the ground and then just a turn here.
Okay. Now I can see it. Yeah, it's already shifting back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea is by assuming the reverse pivot posture, that is coming from the push, right?
Push. Yeah.
So always, if you want to shift it this way, then it has to come from this push.
Right.
If you want to shift it this way, it has to come from this push.
So okay. So when I say I want to go this way, is that I'm not really pushing like vertically, more like that way,
So
like this.
yes. So the ground direction force should be vertical and also inward.
Right.
here,
Right. Right.
Laterally.
So not like this.
Right. So by using the ground, you can introduce the shifter motion in time. So you don't have to intentionally shift.
Gotcha.
The shifter motion is really simple if you let the upper body drop a little bit. With this, already you are there.
Right.
But if you are sliding this way here,
Yeah.
still the upper trunk and then the head is on this side here.
Okay.
You have to slide quite a bit. But if you just drop the body slightly left here, and then by kicking the ground, you can throw. Yes. Yeah. So then you don't really need to go down, try to do this. Just this is what you need, right? So then you have this triangular space here. Your head is not moving that much, and just move the pelvis actively here. And then, in no circumstances, don't try to slide the pelvis a lot, but rather by pushing and then leaning this way slightly, by pushing here and leaning this way slightly, push and then push and push. Yeah. So, and then now let's put the arms down, and then let's dance with me. So, just to try to match my tempo.
Okay.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And then here the key is throwing the arms or throwing the hands.
Okay. So by throwing mean this is not a throw. If my arm
It's actually pulling down, but rather it's outward.
let it go.
Yes,
Follow
yes,
the
yeah.
follow the body. Okay.
And then so if you slide too much, what happens is slide and then try to do this. then
Yeah,
the
I
lower
have
body,
to use my
the lower body is not really helping the
Yeah.
upper body turn, right? So in order to use the lower body to throw like this, you have to time it well, and
Right.
then you should not have the slide motion. If you have this weaving motion like this, then this goes here, and then your arms here, arms. But if you time it correctly, this happens.
Okay, yeah. If I go, then I have to
Then
engage my arm.
then you lose timing,
Yes.
and they are not
That's
working
my
together.
problem. Okay.
So the goal is you are throwing the arms actively by kicking the ground on this side,
Gotcha.
throwing the arms this way by kicking the right leg. Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
Much power.
with that
Yeah.
feel, let me turn this a little bit so that I can watch, I can monitor what you're doing. So here, just to throw the arms, 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 throw, keep the arms together, keep the arms together, throw, 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 throw. So you will be able to feel, yes. Now by using the leg kick,
Yeah,
you are throwing the
I
arms.
feel my every muscle above my leg are completely relaxed. It's just like a whip. The rope side is not feeling anything.
Yeah. So when the timing is right, then you can feel that you are really using the legs to turn the upper body.
Okay.
But if the timing is off, the upper body, lower body are all just moving on their own. What happens is a slide and then arm motion, slide and arm motion here.
Okay.
But if you time correctly,
So you mentioned to find the correct timing. To find the timing, I need to use my leg more actively.
yes.
If I use my arm,
So
I
when
never
yeah,
find the
so
timing.
when you push the ground with your leg action,
Uh-huh.
with that the hip goes up and slightly backward, it'll turn the pelvis, right?
Yeah.
And then shoulder follows, and then arms follow.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You really have to feel the action of the leg, and with that throwing the arms here.
Gotcha.
And then when that happens, at the end of this throw, automatically you have lean this way, throw and then lean this way, throw and then lean this way.
Okay. What if like sometimes when I try to really kick the ground, it goes all the way. I think it's too much. Then I feel like it's like stuck right here. Is that too much kicking?
So because it's the motion is jerky.
Okay.
When I saw your video swing clips, the first thing I noticed was it was too jerky.
Too jerky. Yeah.
So the motion should be continuous.
Okay.
So by pushing the ground, then throw,
Okay.
and throw.
I'll never do like jerky like this, but.
So the goal is not really push the whole body up, okay? Rather the hip is moving up
Right.
with that push, and then so that you can easily turn and throw the arms.
Okay.
Push and turn and throw the arms.
Okay. Yeah. Now I feel the transition.
Yeah.
Right. Never found it before.
Now this motion is very different from what you were doing because you have the active leg action, but you try to do this.
Yeah.
But now you're moving the body more like this.
Okay.
And then still the focus is the hand motion. You're throwing the hands.
Right.
And then the turning the upper body by using the lower body. The lower body really should help. The lower body is the engine.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Right.
so now what I'll do is as we move back and forth, I'll change the tempo.
Okay.
Then you have to match my tempo. So I'll go faster and faster.
Okay.
Okay? So the arms down, left, right, push, push, throw, 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 faster. So now, here's the difference. If you just let the body go all the way here, it's hard to match my tempo. So you have to cut it short
Yeah.
by using the leg action. So push, 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 push like this instead of go all the way here.
Right.
Then you should maintain really active. Yeah, yes. That way you can match faster tempo, right? So again, swing, big motion, throw out, both ways, throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out, throw out. Use the body. Quick leg action. Yeah. So this is but you're actually doing quite well.
Thank you.
So this is the idea.
Okay.
This is how you use your lower body.
So use the lower body, not using my arm doing this.
So the lower body is the engine here.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Now the whole turn motion is coming from the leg action.
Okay.
And then let's go here. So we'll take small steps that way by repeating this motion. Okay. Swing, swing, throw the arms, 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 throw the arms. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So surprisingly, you already changed the way you move quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel more relaxed and smooth. And this will still give me 300 yards driving, right?
I certainly feel pressure. So the motion should be really natural.
Natural, yes, very natural.
So you can feel the motion, the flow. Yeah.
Yeah, very natural. And my arms, wrist, hands are all relaxed.
Yeah.
I feel like my body is...
So try to turn the shoulders by using the leg actions.
Yeah.
Turn. And if you want to throw harder, then put more effort. Throw the arms, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Like that. So then you'll have less of this, but rather
Spinning.
throwing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So you let the arms and club go toward the target direction. Okay. Then you'll be able to hit the ball that way instead of spinning around and then try to hit the ball. Okay. So now this is good. And then we'll increase the magnitude. So try to go high up here.
Okay.
But when you go there, instead of completely standing up like this, no. Go more this way here. And then bring the arms here. Oh. So by having reverse pivot posture, you can bring the arms up here without completely extending the body like this, right?
Oh, okay. So my right leg is like straight, like 100% straight?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Relaxed?
Still it says
okay, like this.
flexed here. Yeah. And then because you had the tendency of coming from here and then stand up here. So when you increase the magnitude here, it's not complete extended position here, but rather by using the reverse pivot posture, you're going here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, now I feel the power of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you maintain this angle.
Yeah.
And then with that, you will be easily shifted this way. And all you need is kick the ground and then turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So we have switches up here. And then we'll turn and then reach out and touch. Okay. Swing, reach out and touch. Swing, reach out, touch. Touch, left, right, left, right. In order to reach out, you have to use your leg, right? Push, push, push. And in that, try to maintain the spine angle reasonably instead of completely standing. So when you go to reverse pivot posture, then you will be able to maintain the spine angle reasonably.
Oh.
Yeah, you see? So ultimately, as you repeat this motion, the spine angle should be fairly consistent instead of standing up.
Yeah, because I feel my upper body is so relaxed, I don't need to worry about maintaining that spine angle. It's much easier to actually maintain the spine.
So when you lean away, then you tend to stand up because your spine is going this way here.
Right.
You lose the angle here.
Right.
But if you maintain the reverse pivot posture here, and then let the pelvis go, straighten this side, and reach here. then you will also be able to maintain the spine angle reasonably.
Yep.
And also because of this position, left knee is bent here. So
Yeah.
it's easy to kick the ground and the turn there.
Way easier.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why it is necessary to assume the reverse pivot posture.
Yeah, because my default swing is like this. It's hard to kick it. Now,
Yeah.
it's much
So by swinging, after the swing, you're already leaning that way. Swing and then lean. Swing and then lean here. So throw and then lean. Throw and then lean. Throw and lean. With that, you're already preparing for the next
step.
turn here.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, let's go from here. Simple shift motion. Left, right, left, right. Push and turn, push and turn, push and turn, push and turn. Arms down. Swing, swing, swing. 1, 2, 3. Wind up, swing. That's the flow.
Yep.
Yes.
I feel the power.
So with this flow, you don't have any awkward body motion. It's just a fairly natural movement here. All you need is just to feel the rhythm, right?
Yep.
So this is the key. And then since you have a kettlebell, you can do the same thing with kettlebell. And then use the lower body action and then try to swing the kettlebell.
Okay.
And then instead of pulling it down, go up and try to pull it down.
Yeah.
Rather let it come, let the gravity do that, and then you just throw out.
Okay.
Medicine ball the same. When you do this, and then throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, I think this rope is good. Yeah. And you need to burn this.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it doesn't get loose. Already it's kind of loose.
getting loose,
Yeah, the fibers are moving.
Okay.
So let's use one of these. Now let's do the rope swing. The main goal in the rope swing is obviously move the rope fast around your body.
Okay.
Okay, and then don't try to introduce any strange movement. The body has to promote a good rope motion, right?
Right.
So your body exists to support the rope motion.
Gotcha.
So swing back and forth continuously. Aha, reverse. You are not going to a reverse pivot posture in the backswing.
Okay.
You're leaning this way. The swing plane back and forth are not the same.
Okay.
Both ways you are going inward. So backswing you're going that way.
Right.
Downswing you're going this way here. You have to maintain a fairly consistent swing plane.
Okay.
So pay attention to motion of the rope. You have to adjust to your body motion.
Okay.
Backswing is a pulling. You are pulling it in.
My arm is pulling it.
Yeah. So in order to prevent that, instead of using the arm and the pull here, you have to turn your shoulder.
Okay.
You have to turn. When you turn the shoulder, then you can easily go to the reverse pivot posture here, and then let the rope go. But if you pull it in, use your arm to pull it in, then always you are bringing the rope backward. So try to turn the shoulder about the spine axis. Now, let me show you this. So as you move back and forth, instead of using the arm, try to drive all this. Essentially, you are turning your body about the spine axis, and then letting it go around your body.
Okay.
So here, all you need is just throw it out, away from your body. Let it go all the way around, instead of pulling it in and pulling it in here. Let it go out, actually. Push out, push out. So it shouldn't be pulling in,
Okay.
but rather throwing out this way,
Oh, that way.
and then throw this way.
Okay.
Both ways you are throwing outward,
Okay.
not pulling in like this. So again, when you pay attention to the motion of the end of the rope,
Okay.
they give enough speed to the rope, make a large arc here, let it go out, let it go out, 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 then you can maintain this consistent plane.
Okay.
However, if you pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in,
That's hard.
yeah. So instead of pulling in, you are letting it go.
This one's hard.
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Okay.
But still you are using too much arms here.
Yeah, I can feel it. I just
Yeah.
don't know how to stop it.
The whole body motion has to come from the leg action
Leg,
here.
okay.
Leg push and then turn the shoulder. So pay attention to turning the shoulder using the leg action. Oh, in the backswing, you are getting more inward. Let me record this, and you will see. So ready, go. Throw both ways, throw. Okay, yeah. See how much inward you are taking the rope.
Oh, yeah. I see. My hands are really like behind me.
Yes, you're pulling it that way. So it's similar to this kind of feel here. Let's say this is let's say if this is a wall here.
Okay.
If I have my hands here,
Okay.
and then if I try to turn my body, then I will have to turn this way here. And then this way here.
Right.
So this is what you need. The shoulder, the trunk has to turn like this here, instead of the trunk go this way, here and then turn this way. So my shoulder is going
Okay.
up here, then you naturally have reverse pure posture. Okay. So put one hand on my shoulder, and as you turn backward, yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah, now here.
So I'm doing this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because your upper body is swiveling in this
Okay.
direction. That's why your hands are going in here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wrong. But
So put
Like
the
this,
yes. Then you see
okay.
the same thing. Put the other one on this shoulder, and then when you go this way, the same thing. You're going here
Okay.
again. Yeah. So make it continuous. So no. The upper body no need to weave like this, but rather just the turn here, turn here, turn here, turn here, turn here, turn here. So when you shift the pelvis, you don't have to go like this. Rather, turn, so that you have this axis here. Maintain the axis again. Yeah, turn, then turn, push more actively with the left. Turn, like this. So when you turn this way, your spine axis should be
Okay.
here or slightly toward the target, so that you can have the reverse posture.
Right.
So instead of pulling the hands in, rather turn the shoulder
So I
about.
can still see the ball. If a ball's here, I can still see the ball doing that.
Yeah. So here, when you turn backward, you're turning like this.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. And then turn like this.
Yeah. If I do this, I can see the ball.
Yes. And then also with that, instead of trying to influence the motion of the rope all the way in, all you need is from here just to throw, let it go.
Let it go.
Yeah. Throw and then let it go.
Okay.
By by turning the trunk about the trunk axis here, throw and then roll your body instead of using the arms and try to bring it back. So you need to throw it here. Yeah.
Okay.
When you give enough speed, then it will automatically go around your body. So no need to continuously influence the motion. So that's what it means by throwing. Yes.
Okay. That's a totally different feeling.
Yes, very, very different. Yes. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, totally different. Totally different. Yeah, this is like spinning around my axis.
That complicates the swing quite a bit.
Really hard.
Because what happens is your swing plane is here.
Right.
When you turn your trunk this way, then still the main motion is along the swing plane.
Right.
But if your upper body goes this way here, you are introducing a motion perpendicular to the swing plane.
So this actually more feel like 2D, but what I'm doing is more like 3D.
3D. Yeah. So you have on-plane motion plus off-plane motion.
The I'm moving this.
Yeah. So you are making your swing more difficult, complex. Now it's a lot simpler.
Yeah, it's much easier.
The rope motion is a lot simpler.
Yeah.
So imagine this is a club. If you do the same thing, go in here and then try to hit the ball, it's going all over here.
Yeah.
But if you let it go here and then come down, the plane along which the club head is moving is a lot simpler,
right.
More consistent. You don't have a lot of movement, ball movement.
Nice. Right.
Now, again, swing back and forth, but try to throw both ways. Yes. This is impressive. So let me record this and then compare the previous one. Okay, ready, go. Throw, 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 throw. Okay.
I feel like there's a lot of power. So I should go for 400 yards. Oh yeah.
Versus.
That's an older one, right? Yeah, then see, I lose the balance.
You're pulling
I don't
it
know
in.
what to do.
You're pulling in here. Now, the last one. Yeah. By giving enough speed to the rope, you're throwing it. So your trunk does not have to go this complex motion of doing this. Rather, throw and then you're turning this way here.
And I feel like right now I can just kick it and everything like transition, the power transition naturally to the rope.
Because
that one is like, I don't know what I'm
Because golf requires a really accurate impact control.
Yes.
So if your body moves too much, particularly if you introduce a lot of off-plane motion, and the swing becomes complex, you have to compensate that.
Yeah, compensate, yeah.
Then overall the motion becomes a lot more complex, and then the impact condition is not consistent. So in terms of the club head motion, you have to make it really consistent.
Sure.
Really consistent. So, and then now let's try to have a sort of a horizontal swing.
Okay.
Yeah. See. Okay. Now here, when you do that, still it's a arm motion here.
Yeah, I can feel that.
Try to add the extra turn here.
Extra, using leg.
And when you have extra turn, no need to shift like this.
Okay.
Just turn and then rather drop this side here instead of this sliding here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's wrong.
So at the end, add the extra shoulder turn with a slightly leaning this way. Throw. And then this side, you can keep the hands a bit lower to make it a bit more comfortable. Yeah. So using the body turn,
Yes.
you are throwing the rope
And I
around.
can feel what you mentioned every time in the video, like be mature at the top.
Yeah.
Waiting everything
So
to mature.
if you add the additional shoulder turn here,
Yeah.
this will give you more time.
Right.
More time, and then you are leaning slightly, and then
Yes,
let it go.
Yes.
So instead of downswing coming from your arm action,
Yeah.
by using the shoulder turn and then throw.
Right.
So you really need to throw, okay? Instead of dragging the
Yeah,
rope with
it's
arms.
dragging, it hurts.
Yeah, throw. Yes, you see, in throwing motion, it's a lot easier to give a speed here.
Yeah.
When you try to drag it, although you put a lot of effort, but it just hits the body.
Right.
But when you use the shoulder turn and then throw, you can generate the speed easily.
Yeah, more power, but with less effort.
And also at the end, it will settle nicely here.
Yeah.
Yes.
The leg.
So it's not hitting your body that hard, right?
So-
Because you're using the arms and dragging it, and at the end it hits your body. Ouch, ouch. But if you use the shoulder turn here, and then throw, and then at the end slow down, throw and then slow down, throw and then slow down, the rope actually goes around your body, wraps around your body.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not hitting your body.
Yeah, no, it's very soft touching.
Yeah, yeah.
Chest.
So that's the key.
Gotcha.
A lot of people, tell me that the rope is painful, hitting the body.
Drag included.
But it's because you just stop moving dragging the rope and then stop moving, then the rope goes around and then hit the body. Yeah. But if you add the extra turn and then slow down, then it nicely settles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I stop.
And then what we can do is now put the right hand on your belt and then mobilize the left arm here. So during the backswing, by having extra shoulder turn here, and then the arm goes here, right?
Right.
And then on the way down, by opening the left shoulder, and then you are throwing the left arm.
Okay, so it's more like up instead of going down.
No. No need to go high up here, but
Okay.
just to throw, to let it go here. Okay. But the thing is, use your left is going high, too high.
Too high.
Go a bit flatter. Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I'm using my shoulder to lift.
And then
Yeah.
this is kind of awkward here.
hit it
So
back.
if you really want to throw, then let it go. Yes.
Yeah.
Here, turn this way here. Yes. Swing. So, and then assume the reverse pivot posture. So when you're in this position, so when you have reverse pivot posture, it's easy to watch the ball here over your shoulder, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So here, and then if you have good wind up, then using the shoulder turn, you are throwing the arm here.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
in the downswing, the main motion is coming from the leg action, pelvis turn, and the thorax turn, shoulder turn, and then throw the arms.
Okay.
So the arm action is always added at the end, not at the beginning.
Okay.
When you drag the rope, that means from the beginning you are using your arms.
So even the shoulder turn is the turning power from the kicking ground.
Yes,
So
yeah.
really above leg, everything should be relaxed.
Yeah. So you should be able to feel that your leg action is really turning the upper
Yeah,
body.
that's how I feel.
Yes.
Yeah, with reverse, I can feel that. But before that, I was like,
So then
feel everything.
all you need to pay attention is just to have enough good wind up, and then throw.
Wind up meaning more backswing, full backswing.
Let it go.
Oh, okay.
And then particularly when you have more time here,
Okay.
so when you have mature transition, and then your lower body will be able to prepare for the
Right.
downswing and then throw.
Yeah, that's cool.
But if you don't have enough time up there, you are rushing,
Yeah.
then on the way down, as you turn, you have to shift at the same time. Then that also complicates the motion.
Yes.
As you shift and then turning at the same time, it's a lot more complex.
Yes.
So shifting has to be done before the turn. It's called a shun, shift the turn.
Yes, I saw that before. So basically, when I'm do the backswing, I'm also start shifting.
Yeah.
Instead of
So all you need is just
Backswing,
recentering here.
Yeah.
So shift away and then recenter. This is
Gotcha.
done during the backswing.
okay.
And the recenter, this is all you need. And then kick and then let it go.
Okay. So when I see some, pro, like Roy McRoy pro slow motion, I feel like they're doing this backswing, then shift, then downswing. That's not the case.
That shift is coming at the end of the backswing.
Right.
As part of the backswing.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the backswing shifting are actually one piece. It's not separated. Okay.
So that shift has to be done
Yeah.
by using this reverse pivot posture.
Okay.
So if you kick the ground well with the right leg here, by using that, you're adding extra shoulder turn.
Okay.
With that, you're shifting left.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's done. That shift, recentering is done as part of the backswing.
Right.
Then in the downswing, you just push the ground and turn around.
Okay.
Then you will be able to prevent excessive sliding of the pelvis this way.
Right. Because if I don't kick, it keeps sliding down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, if the timing is late, so if you introduce a shift while you are turning, then you definitely go like this.
Yeah.
So the pelvis is collapsing.
So yeah, that's wrong. This is what I was reading.
And then kick and then turn. Kick
Okay.
and turn.
Now, yeah. Okay. Kick.
So now the rhythm is like this. So, throw, throw, throw.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Now you can feel the leg is driving the whole thing.
Yes.
And with that, body is turning. Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of power.
And then you will feel that the blood is moving
Yeah.
toward the fingers.
My hands are really numb when
Yeah.
the swing.
Because you are generating really fast turn here.
I actually aim for 350 yards
I feel like
this year.
this motion is like very important. Before it's like turning this way, and right now it's like
Yeah. When you move your body this way, it complicates a lot of things. Then naturally you have to use your arms.
Right.
a lot.
That explains my concerns. Is during my practice, I feel like I have to use my arm because I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
So in this position, it's really hard to use the right leg here
Yes. Yeah.
because the
I feel like
pelvis is sliding this way here. It's hard to use this. But if you are standing on this side, stand tall on the right side, then you can start the downswing
Right.
with the leg action here. That lowering has to be done as part of the backswing. Then throw, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what do you mean by mature? Let it mature.
Yeah.
not circle.
When the lowering is too late, what happens is as you start
I have to use my arm.
downswing and then you are lowering,
Yeah.
then you lose timing.
Yeah.
And also the lower
Right.
body would not be able to help the upper body turn.
Yeah. My arm hands have to kick in to maintain the club position. Otherwise, it drops.
So those who are using really slow backswing, what happens is backswing is done, and then body knows by instinct that it is not ready to go.
Yeah.
Then here, and then at the beginning of the downswing, you have to shift and then try to turn here. That means your body is not ready in the backswing.
My body is quite small.
Yes.
Okay.
And
yeah.
then, so, usually if you have a healthy body, then all the body sensors are telling you what you're doing. All you need to do is just listen,
Okay.
and then you will be able to see what you're doing.
Oh, that's what you mean by like a right flow, let it flow. Just do it naturally. So my body actually is telling me.
And also, when you're introducing, a natural movement, then you will feel awkward.
Yes.
When you feel awkward, that means there's a excessive force buildup somewhere,
Right.
and then the timing is not right. So you have to put extra effort and
yeah,
things
yeah.
like that. That's why you feel awkward.
Yeah. So to me, I'm doing this, and my arm has to kick in to finish the swing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now, let's go to the rope swing again. So swing back and forth. Remember what we talked about, and then all you need is just a throw.
Sliding.
Yeah. So now you are really throwing the rope.
Yeah.
Still, currently the swing plane is slightly outward overall.
You mean
Now
going
it's a lot more consistent,
Yep.
but still it's slightly outward. I will stay on the left side of target and see if you can throw the rope toward me.
Okay.
That means you have to adjust the direction of the swing plane.
Yeah, sure.
Currently, overall, the swing plane is going here and then throwing this way, slightly outward.
Right.
If you want to adjust the swing plane here, you have to go a bit higher here, and then really go flat on this side, right?
Okay.
Now, here. So in order to adjust the swing plane to this side,
Yep.
more than anything, you have to have this reverse pivot posture.
Right.
Because ultimately, you have to adjust the spine axis here.
Right.
If the spine keeps going slightly this way here, you're definitely going this way.
Right, right, sure.
If the backswing goes this way, then it's hard to swing this way. So then you have to change the direction of your spine axis here.
Okay.
So that's
more
why
reverse
you need more reverse pivot posture.
more reverse.
Then it will go up here
Gotcha.
and then go flat here.
Okay.
So try to adjust the spine axis. Yeah, you see. Yes. Now you can change the direction completely.
Okay.
So you should have a good control over the direction of the swing plane.
Okay.
You know, if you want to get the draw shots, then you have to maintain outward the swing plane.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to have fade, then it should be inward.
Oh, okay.
And the irons, generally, it's a squared, so toward target.
Okay.
And when you think you are going too much outward, then you should be able to quickly adjust. Then, in order to adjust that, you have to change the way your spine axis is moving. If it swings like this, swivels like this, you're going inward here. Then you have outward swing plane here. So in order to swing this way, then more than anything, you have to align the spine slightly more toward target. And with that, you can easily swing this way, right? So let me first stay on the target line. Try to throw the rope toward me along the target line. So in order to change the direction, you have to change the way you are moving your spine axis, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Let me try it.
Good. Good. Still, the transition is a bit too quick. Transition too quick.
Because I feel like it's sliding on my head.
So say
Yeah.
Vijay Singh. Vijay Singh.
Okay.
So exaggerate Vijay.
Yeah.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Still, the rope motion is really fast.
Right.
It's good, but you have more time.
More time, but
That's
yeah.
yeah, that's what I want. So again, toward the target. Now I'm staying on the left side of the target. So you have to adjust the spine axis. Yes. That's too much. That's too much inward.
Yeah.
I'm here, so you have to throw the rope toward me. Yes. Yes. Very good. Yes. Now I'm on the right side of the target. It's a piece of cake because you can do this without even thinking.
I feel like I don't even think about it. Like, how do I tilt my spine? Just, okay, here's the goal. My body gonna do it naturally.
Yeah. So ultimately, although usually I say you bring the hands high this way in order to swing more inward,
Yeah.
but actually it's a matter of the spine axis.
Yes.
If the spine axis goes this way here, then you're bringing the rope inward here.
Right.
You go flat here. And then from here, it's hard to swing that way, right? So in order to swing this way, then you have to have backswing plane more going this way here. Then the best way is to adjust the spine axis here so that you are going this way here.
Okay.
If you don't adjust this, you keep going that way.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but now you're doing it really well. So let me record this again. Okay, try to throw the rope toward me. So I'm on the target line right now. Okay. So ready, go. Swing toward me. VJ, sing. VJ, sing. Now inward here. Yes. 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 Outward. Very good. So that means you have full control of what you are doing, particularly in the backswing.
Yeah, yeah,
This is really important.
sure.
When you can do this, then you can adjust your swing shape.
Right, right.
But if you cannot do this, then it's hard to do anything in the downswing. So this is a square. See? You're really letting it go.
Yeah, it looks totally different.
And then now inward. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, your stance changed a little bit, but now it's outward. Yes. Very good. So when you set the target line, okay, I'm going to
That way.
yeah, hit the ball that way or throw the hands that way, then you should be able to actually do that.
Yeah, and my body actually naturally going to do that.
Yeah, by adjusting the axis. It's called the lean direction angle.
Yeah.
So this is lean angle here.
Right.
When you generally maintain this lean angle here, but then the spine axis can swing this way here.
Right.
So lean direction angle changes. And then, particularly in the backswing, you tend to shift the lean direction angle this way here, not this way. But if you lean away, it goes this way here.
Yeah, it goes.
And particularly if you want to swing more inward, then the lean direction angle should be more toward the target here, right? Then overall, your spine is rotating here, so that this is the plane of rotation. When your spine is here, then this is the plane of rotation.
Right.
So by adjusting
Gotcha.
the direction of the spine axis,
So that's why I have a lot of like big hook because my spine is like that. So yeah.
and then so when you lean this way, then it gives you many different issues. So when you're going this way, obviously the backswing plane is quite inward. Then on the way down, you have to hit this way, and then you have a bad hook. So if you hit the ball square, then you have a kind of block shot. It's going straight, but to the right.
Yes, that's what it's either.
And then, or if you hit the ball more like this,
Yeah.
you have a low hook.
Low hook. That's me. It's either left or right. Never go straight.
Yeah, it's because of the swing plane,
Swing
the
plane.
direction of
Gotcha.
swing plane. But
Okay.
by adjusting the swing plane now, with the swing plane now toward the target, and if you have square impact, then the ball will go dead straight,
Okay.
right?
Makes sense.
So there is a reason why you don't have consistency there. But by adjusting the swing plane,
Yeah.
changing the way you're moving your body, it's completely different now.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, so the orange whip is perhaps between the club and the rope, in the sense that it's somewhat flexible, but actually it's heavier than both.
Yeah.
It's easier to feel the motion of the whip.
Yes.
And then here, particularly you need to have enough transition time, mature transition. And how do we know whether you have mature transition or not?
I feel like the pressure on left leg and like it stopped the moving at the top.
Yeah, so in terms of the whip, the bending, the degree
Yeah,
of bending
that's
at the top.
Yeah.
If you have a lot of bending, that means you're forcing it.
Yeah, I'm forcing it like this. Okay.
And if you wait until this motion is completed, then you have a minimum bending.
Okay.
You will still have a bending because you have to slow down,
Yeah.
so it gives you a bending. However, try to minimize the bending.
Okay.
Swing.
So if I do it alone.
Yeah. And then, particularly in the downswing, try to come up with a good timing of the lower body action and upper body turn. so that you can really promote good turn by using the lower body. You can wait a bit more, just keep a bit more time, and then remember reverse pivot posture.
Yes.
You're losing reverse pivot posture.
Okay. Reverse.
Yeah. And then let it go. Yes.
Okay.
And then no need to turn this way a lot. Throw the end and the hands and end toward me. Rushed. Wait a bit more. Wait a bit more. Even when you start from the trigger, when you start the backswing, again, give more time here.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Both ways. Whenever you have a change of direction, then during the transition, you should have enough time. Give mature transition both. Yes, like that.
Gotcha.
That gives you a lot better flow.
So it's like fast and slow.
Yeah. So you have the motion itself is fast, but you have enough time
Yes.
in the transition.
Gotcha.
And particularly when you use the trigger motion, then the transition from the trigger to the backswing, you also should have mature transition here.
Yeah.
Rushed. So when you rush, then what happens is this. From the trigger to backswing, when you rush, before this is completed, when you start, your body turns this way here.
Right, because it's easier to.
So let it go here and then shift, just the shift motion. Let it go and then shift like this instead of.
Oh, let it go and.
And shift backward, yes.
But I also need to do reverse.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like.
And then also, still you are turning the body too early here.
Right.
So when you let it go, and then just the back, just the shift here without turning, shift and then turn this way so that you can easily go to the reverse pivot posture. But if you rush, then what happens is your trunk is already turning this way too much.
Yeah.
Then it will bring
I
the.
have to do it. Otherwise, the club is there's a lot of momentum.
So again, you are throwing this out here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is how it works.
Yeah.
So when you use, since you have orange whip, when you use this, and then try to have enough time
Got
at the
it. So orange
transition.
whip is for transition practice.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So when it bends a lot, and also particularly this is flexible here.
Yeah.
So if the time is not right, then you will feel that your motion is not stable.
Right.
So you have to match the time quite well here.
Yeah.
Imagine that you have a swing, okay? Are you married?
Yes.
So
80 years.
so your kid is riding the swing, you're pushing, right?
Oh,
Wait until this is done and then push.
right.
And then push instead of
The kids will be mad if I do that.
when it is coming up and you try to push, then you'll get hurt or your kid will get hurt. So you have to wait until the motion is completed.
Yeah. Okay.
So that way you have a lot more stable transition. Yeah. So
I feel like when the transition and time is right, I feel the pressure on the legs, so I can just kick it.
yeah, automatically you will have shift and left knee flexion.
Yeah. So if I do this, I feel nothing here.
And then you don't have to really go the soft, with the soft wrist here. So instead of having this motion here, still
Yeah.
the club motion should be well timed here. So this is the motion you want instead of.
I actually don't have that feeling.
So pay attention to the club head motion. The goal is you are moving the club head around your body here.
Okay.
The club head motion around your body.
Okay.
And your body will help the club head move around your body, right?
Yeah.
So pay attention to the club head motion. Still the time you have this in the transition here. So if you have good speed here, wait until this is completed, the end start here instead of.
Okay. So the soft hand wrist actually is back.
So it has to maintain the tension reasonably.
Oh.
Because here we also have sensors.
I become too loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we have sensors here.
Gotcha.
So the tendons have something called the Golgi tendon organs.
Gotcha.
What they do is they sense the rate of stretch in the tendon.
Okay.
Muscles have muscle spindles.
Okay.
So we will need to get all this sensory inputs from those.
Gotcha.
So when you swing back and forth, pay attention to the club head motion, like this here, instead of.
Okay. So some tension, grip tension.
Yeah. But it's more a matter of timing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Again. Mm-hmm. And also, it's a matter of the magnitude of the motion. So let's say if the motion is too big, so the club head goes all the way here, then you have a lot of wrist motion here.
Right.
But if it goes about here, then you don't have that much wrist motion here, right?
Okay. My kick
If this is too much, then
too much.
yeah,
Okay.
you have this motion. So again, pay attention to this. Basically, you should have a good acceleration and deceleration of the club head.
Okay.
Nicely, so it nicely moves around your body.
Gotcha.
The whole goal in the golf swing is move the club head around your body.
Around my body. So that's bad. But this is good. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's more powerful actually versus.
Yeah. So when you lose the control, you're already starting the motion while still it's going that way, then you lose the control. Yes.
Yeah.
And then assume the reverse pivot posture at the top,
Okay.
so that you have less crossover. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then kick the ground well with the lead leg, left leg, and then throw the arms and club. Haha.
The kick. Should I use like 100% power? 120,
No,
80?
usually you need to just use about 80%.
So why
As
is
lo-
that like you mentioned like 100% power back swing but 80 downswing?
So
Why is that?
as long as you have good fast backswing, automatically your downswing is fast. So you don't have to put a lot of effort.
Okay.
So when you try to put 100% effort in the downswing, what happens is you forget the backswing, but you try to put a lot of effort in the downswing.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
okay. Makes
So
sense.
when you put about 80% of effort, actually it's not 80%.
Okay.
Because of active backswing, your downswing is really fast.
Okay.
Just don't pay too much attention to the downswing, but rather promote good backswing.
Okay. So it's 100% of backswing, 80 downswing. Oh no.
So-
if I do 100% downswing, that's gonna be.
Yeah. So then intentionally you try to put a lot of effort in the
Right,
downswing.
hard to control it.
Yeah. Then your body motion will be also jerky,
Okay.
and then your body moves excessively.
Okay.
So using the wind up coming from the backswing, and then let it go. When the backswing is well connected to the downswing, the muscles are going through something called the stretch shortening cycle.
Okay.
It's the best way to use your muscles. Okay, so just to trust and give fast enough active backswing, then the downswing will be automatically active. No need to put a lot of intentional effort. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And it's more balanced. Like I'm swing, I can stand still instead of walk a few steps.
So when you lose the balance, then it means that you're still using your arms quite a bit.
Yes.
So if the body leads the motion first, And then later you add the arm motion. Then with this body will slow down, the arm will accelerate here.
Okay.
But if you use the arms a lot,
Right.
arm motion, after that the body is moving.
Yeah. So when I focus 100% on downswing, my arm gonna kick in somehow.
So kick the ground with the left leg, and then throw. Yeah.
Yeah. Very balanced.
Is it too much?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like even though it's 80%, but it's still very powerful when I kick it with the reverse pivot.
And then make sure you don't lose lose the control here.
Yeah, so it's not something like quick but slow, not like this. It's quick, just release it.
And then so you have a nice acceleration, and then at the end you have a deceleration.
Yes.
With that, complete the backswing and then let it go. In the meantime, during the transition phase, you have reverse pivot, and then you're preparing for the downswing, and then finally let it go.
Let it go.
So now say, VGA sing, go, VGA sing.
So the boom is
The trigger motion, yeah.
Okay.
Like that. That's the timing. That's the overall rhythm, okay? So keep saying that. Yes.
Is that what's called like 3-2-1 tempo? Is that the number 3-2-1?
On the average, for the driving, on the average, the backswing time and the downswing time is 3-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
Yeah,
But a little bit
true.
higher or lower, about 3 or below.
But
3.
because
Okay.
you are doing active backswing, so actually the ratio decreases a little bit.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now BJ is 2 syllables,
Right.
and then you can exaggerate it. Okay.
Okay.
Still, you are rushing in the backswing, from the trigger to backswing. Give a bit more time. So when you start the backswing, it has to be a shoulder turn, not the arm motion here.
Okay, I'm doing
You go here and then use arm, then it goes like this. But go and then slow down and then shoulder turn.
Okay. Oh, I know why.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
The shoulder turn.
Yeah, when last shot, when I do the kick, I'm using my arm. That's why.
So both ways. When you have a trigger motion, by the turn, yes.
Yes, okay.
So when you use the shoulder turn well, then arm motion follows after that,
Right.
and then wrist motion follows after that.
Gotcha.
But so basically, during the trigger and then backswing, it should be shoulder driven.
So even with the trigger movement, I should use my leg, not
Yeah,
my arm.
yeah.
Makes sense.
And then turn the body, turn the shoulder, like that.
Okay.
Now this motion is very different. So swing it. Let me record this. Okay, ready, go. The transition from the trigger to the backswing was rushed. The motion was small and it's rushed.
Okay. Yeah, it's too rushed.
However, still
Yeah.
a lot better than
A
this.
lot better, yes.
Now the timing is a lot better.
Yeah.
So-
When the camera is on, I got nervous.
So again, so I think for you, almost have this feel here. No need to do this. So keep it like this. So try to limit the wrist motion a
Wrist
little bit.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, okay.
And then give more time here.
Okay.
And because your goal is to have a fast motion here, it's not coming from this rushed transition, but rather wait until the moment and then
Okay. Next. Okay.
and then reverse pivot at the top, and then try to swing toward me. I'm on the left side here. Don't lose the balance. You have to have more active leg. And then in the downswing, you're turning the body this way too much.
Okay.
Your body stands up, your body extends, and then just a turn like this. But rather,
okay.
maintain this axis here. And then throw this way here.
Okay.
So still you have to have this angle here.
Okay.
Like that. So then, at the finished position, still you have a little bit lean here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lean like that.
Yeah. Then you will be able to let it go, and so the impact will be a lot more consistent.
Yeah.
But go here, and then if you turn this way, then this and this position are very different. Of course, this is also different, but still you have a fairly similar posture here, impact. But if you turn this way, you're moving away from the ball. You can miss the ball here.
Gotcha.
So again, so the spine is mainly turning about its own axis, and then the reverse pivot. Yeah.
So every time I do the right, I feel like my leg is doing the work. Every time I feel like my body or arm is doing this wrong.
So when you have excessive turn,
Yeah.
flat turn here, you lose the balance here.
Yeah, 'cause I'm
But when you
using my throw.
throw here and then finish, then you will stand on the left side here. Yes, like that.
Yeah, left.
Then the impact will be a lot more consistent.
Okay.
The bottom line, your motion is now a lot simpler.
Yeah, I can feel that. I'm more consistent and more confident. Swing the club.
And then again, shoulder turn is mainly coming from the shoulder turn. Yeah. So give a bit more time at the top, and then use the shoulder turn instead of quickly coming down using the arms.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now the motion is a lot more consistent. So then, don't worry about the camera, okay? Just do what you currently do. Ready, go.
Is it good or bad? Oh yeah, much like effortless swing. Yeah, I can tell it's more like a leg body driven swing instead of using arm.
So the timing is not right.
Yes,
Right?
everything is so quick and jerky. Yeah. Okay.
So you're putting a lot of effort, but they're not working together. So you're losing the power. But now, this motion is it's a lot simpler. It's effortless. It looks
Yeah.
effortless
Yeah.
because you are not wasting anything here.
Yeah, but I can still feel the last shot. There was a lot of power.
And currently, what you're doing is stage 3.
Stage 3, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a stage 3 of the 2-step. And then, so again, one thing you have to pay attention to: do not extend the body. Try to maintain this, and then you have to pay attention to the direction, lean direction angle.
Okay.
And then, as long as you have a reasonably a reverse pivot position here, then just let it go.
Reverse. I feel loaded.
Just turn there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now stage 3 and your regular swing.
So here's a question. Stage 3, but then regular swing, how do I do the trigger movement?
So that's
There's
the-
a ball over there.
That is the question. So again, let's do stage 3 and your regular swing. Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
That's good. That's actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's very different from your initial swing. If you let's say you currently have about 300-yard distance,
Okay.
and do you want more distance with the inconsistent shots, or 300, the same 300 with a lot
Control.
higher accuracy?
Oh, I would prefer, say or even less distance, but more consistency.
So once you establish good shot, scatter,
Yeah.
then you can increase the distance more and more, maintain the similar pattern. So at this point, having more consistent is the main goal, I think.
Yeah.
Let me record the stage 3 first, and then let's move on to the next stage. Your current stage 3 is really good. So
3.
yeah, make sure you maintain the axis.
Yeah. And reverse.
All right, stage 3. Are you? Let's see. Just a second. Assume the setup position.
If I don't bend that much, I feel like I can't reach the ball.
So you have less bend, but
Okay.
still you are leaning this way a little bit, right?
Yeah, this
And then
is a little.
let me see from. Well, I have to see from this direction
Okay.
whether it's causing any major trouble or not. So go ahead and swing once.
Okay.
Stage 3. I think you can keep it a bit more
Vertical.
vertical. Yeah. No need to lean that way.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah. So still rushing.
But vertical, actually, it's much easier to do the reverse posture.
Yeah. And then from here, make sure turn the body
Okay.
by using the leg action. Turn, and then swing instead of.
Okay.
You need to turn the pelvis by using the leg action.
Gotcha.
Okay? Both ways. And then so ultimately, you have to use the shoulder turn to drive everything. Trigger can be also more rhythmic here. So currently, you're going like this, but feel the motion of the clip head.
So actually more. Okay.
Clip head motion is what's important.
Okay. Okay.
The body turned that way. So maintain the spine axis. Pay attention to good wind up and then give extra turn. Don't worry about the downswing.
Okay.
Rushed. So when you use the right leg in the backswing, and when you use the right leg, first lean this way here, and the push down and out here. So push up, and then at the end, shift this way, instead of quickly going this way.
Okay.
So what you need to feel is a stand on the right side here, and then at the end, you're leaning here.
So really, it's the last kick shift the weight.
So instead of intentionally kick and then shift it this way,
Yeah. That's
you have to support your body first, and then with this good push at the end, you have slight leaning here instead of directly going this way.
Okay.
So because your body is going this way, staying here, push and the weight here, and then let it go. So of course, this shift motion is coming from this push here.
All right.
But your goal is not to directly push this way, but rather stand on the right side and turn around the right hip, and at the end you introduce this recentering motion here.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah. So the timing should be adjusted. So when you turn, most of the turn is coming from the right hip here. So and as you turn, the turn is around the right hip. Okay, right hip, and then at the end, before you turn this way, shift and then turn.
Oh, okay.
But currently your shift is too early.
Okay.
This-
So I'm more like shoulder finish turning, then leaning back.
Yeah.
Instead of turning, that's fine. Right?
At the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
So that still shifting this too early.
Oh, too early, so.
So let's do this. Try to have this feel here. Throw, and then drop this side.
Okay.
Go here and then drop this side. And then push and turn. And then slide.
Push.
Here. So from this position, you go here, push the ground, and turn here. Here. Turn, and at the end, going this way here.
Okay.
So you have to stay on this side longer.
Okay.
Longer, and then slightly going this way, instead of pushing out too much and then
Yeah.
directly leaning that way.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is just automatic drop.
Yeah.
You are not intentionally shifting here.
Okay.
So push, and then just try to drop a little bit here.
Okay.
Almost the feel of drop instead of intentionally pushing this way here.
So that means I have to finish my turning, then I will automatically
Yeah.
drop.
So toward the end of
Towards
the
the end.
turn, you have a shift and
Because
drop.
if, like, say I only shift a little bit, and I mean turning a little bit, there's no tendency to shift. So I have to do like,
Yeah, so stand on the right side here, and at the end, this shift. Yeah. So still, you have to stand tall on your right side, stand tall on your right side, and then slide.
okay, okay, that's a pro doing.
And also remember, it's a recentering.
Yes.
So shift away and then just recenter to where you started. No need to go this far here.
Oh, okay.
So, in the recenter and then swing here.
So big one, recenter.
It's too much, too much.
Oh, too much?
Yeah,
That's too much.
too much. So almost you are just standing on the. So again here,
Okay.
push and then turn, and about this is all you need.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very small.
And then kick the ground and turn here.
Okay. So I don't,
Currently, what you are doing is you're going this way too much, and also on the way down, try to do this.
okay.
So as you are swinging, your body is moving in the opposite. It's called the counterbalance.
Right, right.
But the timing should be different here. So
Okay.
shift away and the recenter only this much here, and then kick. So almost, yeah, you see.
okay.
Now,
Now the really nice, okay, this is too much.
too much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Then you can use the left leg a lot better.
Yes.
So remember, this is a
This
triangle.
is really hard.
This is triangular shape.
Okay.
Although initially when we practice the shift and turn, we kind of intentionally try to lean a lot.
Gotcha.
But in the end, what happens is you are limiting the motion. So what happens is, and then come back here and then swing. So you're staying in this triangular space.
Right, right. Now it's more balanced.
So that's why you can easily turn. Yeah. Turn. So the key is then by using leg push, turn the body here.
Yeah.
But if you shifted a lot, because of this shifting, you cannot push.
Yes, it's hard. I'm
So you lose the
sitting-
timing.
Sitting on my lap.
Yeah, you're losing timing.
Yes. Okay.
So-
it's too late.
Yeah, it's a recentering. Recentering.
Okay.
So almost in your case, when your right leg is active, then you don't have to really intentionally create this. When you have a good push, then you already have a reasonable recentering to a certain extent. And then from here, swing.
Okay. So. Like that. Okay. Yeah. It's now you feel.
So
Recentering.
you don't have to intentionally shift a lot.
Yeah. It's not like.
Then you lose timing, okay? So again, stage 3. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's a, so,
I almost can't feel that like recentering is just a little movement. But like you said, when I do really active backswing, everything happens automatically. I just relax.
yeah, so when your body shifts too much, then the impact, you will hit the ball to the right.
Yeah.
It's a push. Yeah, yeah.
Too much. Yeah.
So limit the lateral motion. Yes, that's a lot better.
Yes.
So basically, your legs are not allowing your body to move lateral too much.
Okay.
So the legs will control that.
So for driver, this stance width is good, right?
I think
This is too much.
that's too much.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
good.
that should be good. And then So make sure you have a good leg action, and then the bottom line is the leg action should promote good turn.
Right.
Throwing motion here.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Everything is automatically. It's easy and simple.
So when you don't have enough, when you don't have excessive shift here, then the motion looks a lot more stable.
Right. Right.
You have blister in your finger?
Oh no, that's just minor cuts.
Okay. So again, so you should have good, and then enough time in the transition.
Okay.
Yeah. So the motion is a lot more, what is it? It's not restricted, but it's reasonably restricted. Reasonably restricted. So it's not excessive.
Okay.
Yeah, earlier your motion was a bit too much.
Yeah.
But now it looks a lot better.
Yeah. Okay.
So then all you need is just a kick, and then thrust. Kick, and then throw.
Kick. So lean kick.
So stage 3. And then try to throw the hands and the club toward the target. Okay? Instead of just spinning. Yeah, the motion is a lot more compact now. And then give more time at the time. Give more time. And then go to reverse pivot. Still rushed. But let me record this. So VJ. Okay. Ready. Go stage 3. Ready. Stage 3. Go. So swing motion is now a lot cleaner. A lot more cleaner. The timing is not right, so your legs are not really helping.
Yeah.
But yet you have 300 yards.
I would rather have like more consistency.
Now the swing motion is the motion is not too much.
Right.
You are controlling this good with the leg action. Yeah. So the flow is now the main thing.
Okay.
And the flow is a lot better now.
Yeah, and I can feel the transition now. Yeah, like the old swing, I can feel the transition. It's like feel like every piece of my muscle is like engaging, against the other muscle to swing the club.
Yeah. Yeah. So now really you're having a lot more orchestrated motion here. Okay. So now from there, stage 3 to your regular swing. Okay. So imagine there's a ball there. Right. So let's do stage 3 as your pre-shot routine, and then do the regular swing. So remember that rhythm and the approach to the ball. This time again, is rushed here. Yeah. So in the backswing, the goal of the backswing is, if you consider the stage 3 from here, go all the way here, right? Right. Then the same thing, using the right leg action here, and then and all the way here. Then do the downswing instead of.
So okay, so but if there's a ball
so
there.
backswing, in the backswing.
Okay.
Backswing, when you use the leg action, right leg, and then try to move the club as much as possible this way here. Okay. Go all the way, add the extra shoulder turn. So your goal is not to turn quickly, but rather think that from here,
Okay.
So your end goal is to go as much as possible.
Okay.
Turn the shoulder as much as possible. Yes, you have to go that much. Then you are ready. Then you can use the body. Okay. This time body turn was a bit too early, and the arms followed behind. Okay. And then timing here, let it go. Yes.
So when I do the kick movement, although the club cannot move because of the ball, my leg is doing the same.
Yes, yes, that's the body trigger.
So really, it's kicking the left leg
And then,
and like that.
yeah, shift it to the right, and then using the right leg, and then throw the club, and then go all the way,
Kick. Yeah.
and then,
But
yeah.
then, Dr. Kwon, you mentioned should I put some grip pressure to not like loose hands, but to do this, I have to use loose hands. Is that okay?
No.
Otherwise, it's like
Oh, okay. So you can have, and also this motion doesn't have to be that big.
oh, okay.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So still, it's a matter of the rhythm here.
Okay.
So instead of going excessively here and then try to do
okay.
this, just a little bit, and then you can do this.
A little bit.
As long as you move the body the way
Okay.
you want. But again, the bottom line is in the backswing, you have to bring, rushed. You have to really go to the reverse pivot posture.
Reverse grip. Okay.
Yes. And then also when you start the downswing, do not try to open the body too early. So
Okay.
when we are in this position here, okay,
Uh-huh.
in the downswing initially still keeping the back toward the target in the start and then let it go instead of quickly turning.
Okay.
Almost like keeping the target behind you and then start the downswing.
Okay.
So now stage three and regular. The pelvis is turning too early in the downswing.
Oh, so it's like.
Yeah, pelvis is. Remember, the main thing is throwing the club.
And
Your lower body has to allow this motion. But what happens is,
so okay, so in downswing, I'm not really kicking the leg. I'm using pivot. Okay. Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, better.
again,
Stage 3.
stage three and the regular.
Okay.
That backswing is good. That
Yeah.
that backswing, the old timing was a lot better.
And the downswing, I'm kicking back.
Now let's practice something called the stage X.
Okay.
So you're swinging maybe 3 times here. Swing.
Okay.
So this is extension of stage 3, but you are swinging back and forth more. Oh, not you. Yeah. So
Leg.
instead of doing this,
Okay.
turn the body.
Okay.
Keep the upper body as one unit, and using the lower body, turn. This is the feel you want to have. Yeah. The transition is too quick, and also your body is moving laterally too much.
Okay.
So let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Instead of going like this.
Okay.
Still, the goal is to move the end of the club. The body is moving laterally too much.
It's
As I said, no need to go like this here. Okay? Triangular motion in the triangular shape here. So your goal is to turn the shoulder here,
okay.
turn the shoulder this way, turn the shoulder this way by standing up here instead of weaving like this.
Do it like this. Like this.
Here, watch my motion. Push, throw, instead of. So throw, throw and then shift, throw and shift, throw and shift, instead of shift and pull here.
Okay, now pulling the kick.
So try to think that the shift is coming from coming at the end of the turn.
Okay.
Throw at the end of this turn, slight shift here. Turn and then shift here. And then generally, all you need is just the reverse pivot posture here.
Right.
Reverse pivot here, reverse pivot here, reverse pivot here. Swing.
Okay.
But because you are
Nice swing.
sliding the pelvis too much,
Okay. Now the kicking actually just.
so you have to use leg push, push. Oh, so I will give you the timing here.
Okay.
So here, push, 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 push. Oh, your body is going too early. Again, push, 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 push. You see? Again, push, 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 push enough time, 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 push enough time. Instead of shifting here and then try to turn, shift and try to turn. Instead of this motion here, this is a figure 8 motion. Instead, throw, 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 throw.
Oh, it's like really kind of like swing the club.
So you are really promoting the. Yes.
Okay. It's not like this. It's like, let it go, like throw it.
Yes. Throw, let it go.
Okay.
That's how you're promoting the clever motion using the body.
So that's how should I practice at home?
Yes. So always, as I said, the key is the clever motion.
Okay.
You should be able to promote the clever motion by using the body. Throw, 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 throw.
Okay. That's right. So the club head is around my body.
Yes. Throw, 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 throw. You see how fast that goes?
Yeah.
Now you are really using your body too. Let's do a stage 3 with that feel.
Stage 3.
Again. Now stage X. Stage X, feel. Yeah? That's stage 3. Yes.
Okay.
So that way you can use the body to let the clever go.
Right.
Instead of
Now like.
that the timing is not right. So you should be able to throw, throw, throw. The clever head motion.
Yeah. Now I feel the club head motion. Yeah. Around my body.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now, in the stage X, let's emphasize the backswing more.
Okay.
So here, go easy here, go easy, go easy.
Okay. That's the challenge. Easy.
Oh, it's too, no. The motion is too big.
Okay.
This side, reduce the size of the motion here, about here.
Okay.
We're practicing the backswing, active
Okay,
backswing.
backswing.
So reduce the motion this side, and emphasize coming back, coming back. Oh, you have to time this really well.
Okay.
You are rushing. That's why you're losing control here.
Yeah, the last sway is like totally off.
On the way down, slow down this here. Because are staying here long enough
Uh-huh.
that you don't have to quickly come down
Right,
here.
right, right.
Mm.
Oh, it's more like backswing.
Yeah.
No downswing.
Emphasize the backswing. Now, so with that feel, this time put the club here. So we are emphasizing the action of the right leg.
Like this?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the tempo, if it is just a jerky, and then quickly try to go, it's too quick.
That's too great. Oh, okay.
Exaggerated motion. Still rushed. So now let's go to stage X again. Stage X with the emphasis on the backswing.
Okay.
And then when you do that, the hands are going flat here. Remember the lean direction.
Yeah.
It should be reverse pivot here. So you don't go
it's gonna be
backward this way.
reverse. Okay.
So here. And at the end, you have to nicely slow down and have more time here.
Okay.
Instead of just rushing
And I feel
down.
the arm actually, my hands actually behind my head to do
And
the
then-
bigger one down.
So add the extra shoulder turn, and then here. If this goes too fast here,
Yeah.
you have to quickly stop.
Right.
So slow down here. Slow down here.
Okay. So
Yeah, that's better timing. Yes, that's better timing.
I'm still too push too hard to do it.
Yeah, and that is too jerky. But in the end, at the top, you should have more time, right?
Right.
So when we practice, you have to replicate that.
Okay.
Replicate that rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah, and then now regular swing. Feel that rhythm in the regular swing. Emphasize the backswing part.
Like this.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's do this. Stage X with the emphasis in the backswing, and then just to go to the regular swing
Okay.
without this, just
do it
to the
okay.
backswing. So stage X with the
Just one swing. Okay.
so that rhythm is okay.
Yeah.
That rhythm
Well,
is okay.
I feel like doing this kick in the real swing is like more natural. So
So you can come up with your own strategy, but for the moment, what you need to do is again this swing. So stage X with the emphasis on the backswing.
right.
Practice that,
Okay.
and then you can certainly use this motion here, but remember what you did in the stage X.
Right. So then I don't need. Okay.
So again, stage X followed by your regular swing.
Okay.
But in your regular swing, you can introduce the trigger motion.
Okay.
But remember to emphasize the backswing that you did in the stage X.
Okay.
The reverse pivot push. Still rushed. So the thing is, when you practice the stage X, still you're going flat here.
Okay.
So this reverse X position, and then on the way down, control this. So you're coming back to the initial position.
Right.
You're not swinging this way, but go up here and then coming back here, up and then coming back, up and then let it go.
Okay.
So in the stage X, when you emphasize backswing, this motion is just coming back to this position, but it will go a bit more here.
Okay.
The and then coming back, coming back. So basically, we are emphasizing
Yeah, that's right.
this action and all the way here, timing-wise,
Okay.
and then coming back, coming back, coming back.
Okay.
Coming back, coming back. So you need to practice this a lot.
Yes.
So the bottom line is stage three or stage X, but stage X with the emphasis on the backswing.
Okay.
That's something I learned from a Chinese colleague. Yeah, he sent me a video and I really
I saw
liked
the
it.
video, the previous video.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Great to see.
So using stage X, but is emphasizing the
The
backswing.
backswing, yeah.
Currently, in stage X, your backswing is going too flat here.
Okay.
Yeah. Reverse pure pressure.
Reverse. Reverse.
Coming down, coming down, coming down. Then in the rear swing, let it go.
Okay.
And then kick the left leg here.
Use the leg. So when I not using my leg, it's flat. If I use the leg,
Yeah.
Like this.
Still, I think your wrist is too wobbling here.
wobbling.
So here,
Pressure.
from here. Okay. And then in the downswing, you have to also kick the left leg. So when you practice the backswing, you are putting emphasis on the right leg, but in the actual swing, when you do downswing, again, you have to use the left leg as well.
Okay.
So let's actually hit the ball here. Now, so either you use stage 3 or stage X as your pre-shot routine, and in the real swing, try to hit the ball. Feel the rhythm, and then remember, the lower body has to promote the good club head motion. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. It's right toward the target.
Yeah, it's very straight. It used to be left or right.
Yeah, he's like, his spine is more centered. Before it's like this.
Yeah.
And my head is more sensitive as well, right?
Yeah, particularly when you can help each other,
Yeah.
then it's
Yeah.
That's what we're doing though. We were watching your video and then we're copying all the moves. Seriously.
so doing it is one thing, and also you should be able to watch and then recognize the pattern, right?
Yes.
And also help each other,
Sure.
give feedback. So
So Brett is going to take your training session next.
And I'll come back 6 months later.
Stage X.
this time,
I'm using my hand.
no, this time you spin. You spin around.
That's been around, I guess.
Yeah, vertical. So you have to maintain this
Right. Reverse.
inclination here. To maintain the spine angle, because ultimately you have to deliver the club head where the ball is. Yeah, it's a straight. But although this time I think the club head went down a little bit, so it hit the body of the tee. But the ball went really straight. Again. So maintain the spine axis. And still you have a tendency of go up here and spinning here.
Yeah, it's
because the pelvis is turning too early. Remember,
So I'm not using my leg. Yeah.
go up here and then throw the arms.
Okay.
You have to throw the arms
Yeah, I can feel that.
instead of just turning the body.
Sometimes I'm not using my leg, kicking the downswing. I can feel that.
Yeah, so turn the shoulder enough in the backswing. Give extra shoulder turn. Give extra shoulder turn and then throw the hands and club toward the target. Yes. Instead of try to move the body to try to direct the club with the body. Yeah, so,
Yeah, to relax. Now I feel, yes, I feel that.
so always remember the goal is to bring the club head down to where the ball is, right? Yeah. And then your motion is about this axis, and then turn like this, instead of.
Gotcha.
And don't jerk it. Don't jerk anything.
Feel the motion of the club head. Feel the motion of the club head. Rushed. But the ball was straight. Rushed. Say Vijay Singh.
Say Vijay.
No. Vijay Singh. Vijay, that exaggerate Vijay, that's the key. The party is turning too early. The party is
Downswing?
downswing.
Yeah, because I'm not using my leg.
Yeah, so you go here, and the body is turning here,
Right.
and then I'm here. Instead, remember, wind up. So, wind up,
Wind up.
throw. Give good wind up. The key is the wind up. Yeah. Yes. So give good wind up. When you have a good wind up, then you have less, tendency of early opening of the body. So all you need to pay attention is good wind up. Oh, to turn the body early.
Oh, yeah. Actually, goes quite straight.
Yep. So when you have clean impact, then you will have a lot less, deviations. So still in the downswing, again, practice this. By using the body, you are driving the club head here. Okay. Instead of.
Yeah. So 80% of the backswing power.
Yeah.
So I'm more like
Match
20%.
is a matter of timing. Match the timing.
Yeah.
By using the body motion, you are throwing the arms and the club.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Instead of
That's slow.
in the downswing, more than anything,
Okay.
you have to activate your left leg, and with that, throw the hands and the club.
Okay.
Yeah, still the ball is really straight. Okay, so
The real feeling is like big kick, also a big kick in downswing.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Sometimes I'm missing the second kick because I had a false impression that 80% meaning not kicking the leg in downswing.
so what happens is
work on that.
what I see is that go up here,
Yeah.
go up here, and your pelvis is turning a bit early here.
Right.
Instead, and then just to create the condition where you can easily kick the ground.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, one more. The bottom line is you have to promote the good curved motion with the body.
But I feel I kick it this time.
Yeah.
So I can immediately see the power.
Yeah, so you can feel the way body is bouncing back, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it. Keep practicing this and then eliminate unnecessary movement.
Okay.
Still you have a lot of body motion like this, but
Yep.
just mainly using the leg action. Throw instead of this motion here.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Throw, reach out, throw, reach out, throw, reach out.
Okay. And thank you. Okay. Two last questions. One, so at home to practice, just use a rope, orange web, do the same exercise, and then, stage X or stage 3, right? That's how I should practice at home.
Stage 3 and stage X. Stage X, when you use stage X, emphasize the backswing part here.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Coming back. Coming back.
And hitting less ball. Okay. Last question is, since your concept is using leg, like big wind-up, so that means I should do the big wind-up for each club, not doing like swing.
The irons, you can have a smaller motion.
Yeah, sure.
Generally, the backswing is also smaller
Yeah.
in the iron condition.
Okay.
So you can adjust that. But overall, the tempo is the key.
Tempo is key.
Yeah. And the weight here, and then let it go
But
instead
can
of.
I do the back swing, half swing like this?
Yeah.
Using
Half swing also the same.
Oh,
Let it go.
or using the leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing is that you don't accelerate that quickly.
Okay.
So slow acceleration, slow deceleration here,
Gotcha.
and then go here.
Gotcha.
And the fast acceleration, deceleration, then let it go.
So use the same method, principle to all the clubs.
Yeah,
and,
still the acceleration, deceleration should be smooth,
smooth.
no abrupt
Gotcha.
motion. Okay, so if the motion is small, then it'll be and then hit the ball. If the motion is large, hit the ball.
Okay. Like this, or like this. Even the half swing, I should do the reverse pivot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still maintain, and only you need just recentering, slight recentering.
Yeah.
Do not try to
Right.
move the body a lot.
Okay.
So and keep it closed. So keep it closed, and then let it go at once.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the thing you need to pay attention to.
Great.
And just give us some practice, and then
Come back 6 months.
yeah,
later.
it's too much. 6 months is too much. I think you can maybe next time when he comes in,
Okay.
you can come along. Yeah.
Session with you.
Yeah.
February or March maybe. Thank you, Dr.
Yeah, it's got to be March. It's already fairly full. So.
Yes.